I have this habit of talking to nature a lot. During one such conversation, I asked the sun, "Oh sun, how do you shine so bright since ages and ages?" The sun replied, "Dear daughter, I shine because it's my nature to shine." As I was passing by a river, I held the river by her hands. I felt her pulse. I asked her, "Oh river, how do you flow incessantly?" The river said with such a motherly affection. She speaks to all of her children and she spoke to me. She said, "I flow because it's my nature to flow, my darling daughter." As I was traveling and I was trekking in the mountains, I saw a tiny, tiny little flower blooming in midst of huge trees, huge mountains facing the harsh, cold winter weather. I asked that little flower, "Oh little one, why are you blooming here? Nobody is watching you and it's too cold for you, isn't it?" The flower said, "I bloom because it is my nature to bloom." Inspired by these conversations with nature, I asked myself, I closed my eyes and put a question: what is my nature? Spontaneous. This is the answer that I got. While traveling by a local train in Mumbai, these are your passers-by. Children playing next to a long stretch of a gutter, a foul-smelling gutter. As the train moves a little further, I see an open urinal in front of which the vegetable sellers are selling their vegetables. As I turn my gaze inside, I see a child selling pins and rubber bands. And as I look at my side, I see a young girl offering her seat to an elderly lady. Within just a period of 5 minutes, my heart had the capacity to feel the pain of the children playing next to the gutter, to feel sorry for the vegetables and his consumers, to feel compassionate towards the child who didn't get the same opportunities as mine for education, and to feel happy for the elderly lady who got a seat offered. At that moment, I realized that all these people that I come across are not merely passers-by. All of you who are sitting in front of me are not just passers-by for me. We are all connected by the same thread. We are the beads strung on a same thread. If I can feel the pain, if I can feel the joys, then I have the capacity, my actions have the capacity to impact others' lives for better. Please have a look at this video.
अच्छा लगता है,
पुलिस बनूंगा,
पढ़ाई करनी अच्छी लगती है,
डॉक्टर बनेंगे। मैं स्कूल नहीं जाती पर मुझे जाना है, जाना है।
This was a sounding, spontaneous idea that took a shape of a video. While traveling in the train, I could feel all the different emotions together, and at that point of time, my mind comes up with a spontaneous idea: what if we made a song for a right for education? I go back home, I share my ideas with my partner in crime, Kartik, and then we become the two most important people with a mission on this earth. Yes, we want to make a difference and we don't want to remain mute spectators. The video that you just saw was made out of the sounds that were collected only from that area, which was a slum. And these are all the dreams of those people, the tiny little people having huge dreams. Somebody wanted to become an officer, somebody wanted to become an inspector. Why? Because they could take good care of their parents. Again, a dream. But from where does a spontaneous idea erupt from? What does it take for us to become the change makers from helpless, mute spectators? We often use this term for ourselves. We often blame the government. We often blame the policies. But do we have the power to change? Where does that power to change lies? There are times, if you notice, we often feel strongly. We feel something very strongly for something. This feeling is what we call as longing. As creators and as musicians, we use this faculty of longing and use faculty, beautiful emotion of longing to create our music. Better our longing, stronger our songs have been able to reach far and wide. We long to live in a better world. We long to create a difference. We long to create good music. This longing can give you some amazing ideas, spontaneous ideas. Our best decisions, if you might have noticed, are often spontaneous decisions. Please have a look at this collage of pictures. These are some amazing people that I met during my travels. They were all my passers-by. They wouldn't have mean to me anything, but I decided to go up to them. I shared with them my dreams. They were kind and patient enough to listen to my dreams. In turn, they shared their dreams to me, and later we decided we share a dream together. They are all part of our songs. As kids, you must have done this a lot. I used to do it a lot. When one of your parents drove a vehicle and suddenly a railway crossing came by, the vehicle had to stop. How, as a child, you eagerly waited for the train to come, make friends with the strangers, wish them goodbyes, and they passed. I did that a lot. It was my fascination to jump into the train and to go where that train was going. But as you grow older, the same fascination turns into a hindrance. You start looking at your watch, God, when is this train going to pass? I have to reach at this place. So suddenly, from fascination, it becomes a hindrance. Luckily for me, I didn't let that fascination move out of my life. Instead, I integrated it into my work life. And what happened eventually is that I became a better professional. It expanded my work area and thereby its impact. How often do we undermine the value, the power, the potential of a genuine smile, of a warm hug, of a caring touch, of a loving gesture? Taking even a little bit time out of your busy schedules has the power to change destinies. I would like to share a personal story of how a sonda became one of my most beautiful and a most cherished experience of my life. In 2008, I saw a child, a 2.5-year-old child, sleeping on a footpath. Her face was all covered with flies. I went up to her, saw her closely, and I saw a very sweet and a soft smile on her face. The next day, as I passed by from that same place, I saw her all awake with a wider smile on her face. She drew me. Her innocence, her beautiful smile drew me to her. Her name was Sonu. I invited Sonu and her siblings at my place. To be honest, they were super terrorized. Why this unexpected invitation from a person who is coming from a different world altogether? They just wouldn't enter my building gate. But once they came up to my place, once the ice was broken, it became a habit for them to come every day at my place, have some food, have some good time, and then go back to where they came from. Meanwhile, Sonu's parents died. They fell victims to severe alcoholism. We knew that Sonu and her siblings are not staying in a safe environment anymore, And we kept on searching for a place for them to stay, for them to get educated, till we met Emmanuel. A friend introduced us to Emmanuel, a wonderful and a caring guardian at an orphanage in Lonavala. Since 2 years, Sonu and her sibling Kiran are staying at this orphanage, and this is how they look like after the 2 years since when I saw him a couple of weeks ago. Thank you. They showed me their class books. They were trying to express themselves in broken English, which made a lot of sense. But the best thing that I noticed was they looked genuinely happy. There was an experiment that was done a few years ago in which one of the world's best violinists disguised himself as a street musician and started to play at a New York subway. Here was a musician who was doing a full house concert the very next week, but when he disguised himself as a street musician and started to play at the New York subway, hardly anybody noticed him. 27 people only out of 1,000 saw that there was a guy playing some amazing music. We need to ask a question here at this point of time to ourselves. Are we ready to shun the difference between the known and the unknown? Between friends and strangers? In the hurried sense of existence, are we missing out on the treasures that life may want to offer us? Are we willing to be more spontaneous? If yes, let us do it now. Thank you.
Will you wait to be born to feel the green grass? Will you wait to be told that this too shall pass? There will come blame time, it was passing anyhow. If you listen to me, my friend, do it now. Let's do it now.
जागी जागी मेरी आँखें, कुछ नींद ले आने दो। हमने देखे जो है सपने, उन्हें सच हो जाने दो। वैसे तो मैं हूँ और एक चेहरा, जानोगे मुझको तो मैं अक्स तेरा। कुछ तेरी कुछ मेरी, कुछ तेरी कुछ मेरी, कुछ तेरी कुछ मेरी, कुछ तेरी कुछ मेरी, बन के जुबानी मिल के बनाए और एक कहानी। जागी जागी मेरी आँखें, कुछ नींद ले आने दो। जागे जागे मेरी आँखें, कुछ नींद ले Thank you.